Hello Brat, welcome to the Sacred Brat School of Thought. My name is Harper and this is Pure White Anarchy. Now this is my very first video, it won't be the last, so I'm going to explain to y'all what Pure White Anarchy even is, so you know if this is the space for you and what we will be doing here, okay? So to put it very plainly, Pure White Anarchy is a digital matriarchy and headquarters of sorts for women rewriting the rules on softness, self-concept, and power. This is where you come to build the empire. This is where you come to turn the little girl into the grown-ass woman. I built this space for women like myself who are always doing the most, only to still feel unseen. Women with energy that just feels too big for the spaces they've been provided and the containers people say they've created to hold space for you. The ones who are somewhere in between, knowing for sure they've outgrown survival mode but haven't fully stepped into that next era yet. This is a space for women with brilliant minds, overworked nervous systems, and absolutely no more tolerance for self-betrayal of any kind, whether it's love, career, or in your own emotional and mental health, period. We're not here to just make content for shits and giggles. This is a full-blown lifestyle philosophy and ecosystem if you use it right. So if that sounds like something you need, like this video, subscribe, get comfy, and stay close. Welcome to Sacred Brat Bootcamp. Let's get into it. Okay, so this week we're diving into something that so many of us women are drowning in without even realizing it. Over-functioning. Doing too damn much for not enough in return. If you're always tired but you literally cannot stop moving, if you're always holding it together for everyone else and nobody's holding you, you are, my girl, and I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this, an overfunctioner. Probably a chronic overfunctioner. You've probably never spent a day in your entire life functioning at a regular level. So today I'm breaking down what overfunctioning actually is, why so many of us do it, where it comes from, and not just personally but ancestrally and historically, what it's costing you, and how to start detoxing it. So get ready, strap your boots on, sister, because we not just about to vent. I'm giving you frameworks for nervous system rewiring and a few confessions from my own unlearning process, because I don't teach from a pedestal. I'm in the field with y'all in real time. At Pure White Anarchy, we heal in community. So let's go. Oh wait, before we go any further and you run off from this video to go use these tips to change your life, go ahead and subscribe, hit like so YouTube knows you like this type of shit, and drop a comment right now. Tell me this, where do you feel the most overextended in your life right now? Let's talk about it. Also, if you want more Sacred Brat philosophy, identity rewiring, and nervous system codes, join my newsletter on Substack, Pure White Anarchy. It's free. And if you want to go even deeper into the healing and practice of this work, my Sacred Brat Inner Circle, which is the paid tier of the Substack newsletter, is $6 a month and includes exclusive content, downloads, practical tips, discounts to all my workshop courses and products, and this month's full overfunctioning detox ritual challenge to help you rewire the entire nervous system and break this cycle for good. All right, let's get into it for real. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all are wondering, what the fuck is overfunctioning? Some of you probably have never even heard the word, but you're doing it. So let me explain. Overfunctioning is when your body and mind are literally stuck in hyperactivation. You are constantly doing, fixing, solving, soothing, nurturing, anticipating, working, planning, dreaming, visioning for yourself and for others. Even your rest looks like thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow or how your life is going to look 10 years from now. You never stop. The scariest part is it can feel like competence and strength. It can mask itself and make itself look like ambition and capability. Most of us are not overfunctioning out of joy because we just want to be moving this way. We are overfunctioning out of fear. Fear that if we slow down, we'll be forgotten. Fear that if we rest, we will fail. If we take a break, we'll miss something or somebody will beat us there. That if we stop performing and cut the show, the audience will leave and no one will love us. And what's even worse than that is people will praise you for it. They will scratch that itch that needs to be needed. They will pat you on the back and give you all the thank you babies in the world, as long as you're doing for them. They will call that shit responsible, loyal, nurturing, loving. They will boost its head up because they benefit from it. At this point, society has us women wearing being the strong ones like a badge of honor. But where is the strength in constantly overpouring? Where is the strength in not being able to say no? Where is the strength in not being able to recognize when you need to rest and doing so? Ironically, it doesn't even feel good when you move in this way. It doesn't really satisfy your soul to be an overfunctioner, but because you cannot stop and be still long enough to hear your own internal compass, you can't see your life for what it is. The praise you're getting is not peace. The accolades and the fact that shit is running smooth on the surface doesn't mean you are not suffering in the process. And what I need y'all to understand is that a lot of women work themselves to death because they're never able to come out of this loop of performing for their worthiness, of trying to earn affection from the world, of trying to get someone else to say, you're good enough, I choose you. And if you can zoom out, you wouldn't blame them. You don't actually possess the same essence that you once had. You aren't actually walking around with the value that you have in your head because you're using it up. You're giving and giving and giving, hoping for someone to turn around and see you for who you really are, not realizing that because you are giving and giving and giving and giving, you're no longer that person. You're not that. And so it's not that they don't see it, it's that it doesn't exist. They see what does exist. Someone who doesn't value themselves enough to see their energy, their love, their capability to care as a valuable resource. You see it as a bargaining chip, meaning, let me show you how far I'm willing to go for you to love me. Let me show you how much I'm willing to do for you. When you go to a high-end jewelry store, there is a certain process you have to go through to see the really good shit. When you come in a store, they put things in the display cases for low effort buyers, meaning if you don't have the funds or the willingness to talk big money, it's no point in me even pulling this shit from out the back. I would just let you see what's on display, because this is less valuable to me than the really good stuff. The way that overfunctioning works would be akin to bringing the really good shit from out the back, just trying to convince you to spend any money. Not even a guarantee that you're gonna buy this good stuff, just to show you what all I have back there, just to show you the inventory so that you view the store as worthy. Do y'all understand the world doesn't even fucking work like that? The world that you're living in like that doesn't even function as an entity in that way. Is that not suspicious? Is that not suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
So let's talk about where that shit comes from. Because you didn't just spawn into the earth and decide one day to start expending all your energy for nothing. This shit is not just a personal flaw. It is a systemic cultural inheritance. This shit be hereditary. And it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. As women, especially black women, we are literally raised to function, serve, perform, and hold it down. And by hold it down, we mean everything and everybody. I am a firstborn daughter. We don't even have to get into that. My pats on the back were hard earned. And even when I got them, they came with a little, but you could have did this even better. Or next time, make sure you do this. That was good, but that was cute, but all of my affection came with conditions. Do you know what that teaches the brain? And understand that your parents only even know to do this because somebody did it to them. So at this point, overfunctioning is generational muscle memory. We are mothered by women who were never allowed to rest. I could call my mama right now on speaker. She gonna be doing something. The women we descend from were valued for what they could do. Even men are valued only for what they can do. We are all out here performing for our worthiness. It's a human issue. As women though, we are conditioned to enter into any space and immediately shift our focus to how can I help? How can I please? How can I serve? How can I survive? And somewhere in between, softness became a threat to our safety. Asking for help became shameful and resting became lazy. And because many of us were raised in emotional chaos, whether it be an absent father, a hyper emotional mother, or just unprocessed grief, we learned that safety is something you create through control. Drop me a 100 in the comments if this realization is hitting you where it needs to. And while we're here, let me let you know, I'll be unpacking the systems and survival codes of overfunctioning in my live Zoom workshop this Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Overfunctioning 101. It is $55 to attend. You can sign up for your spot at my website, purewhiteanarchy.com. And if you cannot make it, a live replay will be available on the site as well on Sunday though. And don't forget, if you join the Sacred Brat Inner Circle on Substack, you do get a discount to the workshop and the replay. Anyways, let's get back into the video. Now let's get into what our overfunctioning is actually costing us, because you won't know how serious you need to be about changing something until you know what you're losing. First, your creativity. Overfunctioning hijacks your entire bandwidth. It's literally why you have a million ideas and no energy to execute. It's why you get this random urge at 3 a.m. to rebrand your life, and now you've been up for the last 8 hours making a Pinterest board only to go to sleep because you're tired and your sleep schedule is thrown off. Wake up and implement none of the things from the vision board into your life. Also, why you will have a day where you wake up super motivated, knock out 12 tasks, and then the next day you wake up, the motivation is gone, and you get nothing done. But yet the mind never stops running. You spend your time thinking about all the stuff you could and should be doing, even while you call yourself resting. You can't rest in your true essence as an artist and creator because you cannot actually create and analyze at the same time. The brain will literally not allow you. But overfunctioning literally keeps you in the state of analysis. So even when you're trying to, even when you think you are, even if you're able to make some sort of product, it didn't actually come from your creative essence. It came from your overfunctioning nature. And I don't know about y'all, but if you've ever created anything and put it out for consumption, you know full well energy is felt. Customers, supporters, fans, they may not know what they're feeling, but they feel disconnected to work that's not made with the creative essence. Work that was made with a desperation for validation. Secondly, your relationships. Overgiving makes you the perfect mark for a narcissist. And even if it doesn't get as bad for you as narcissism, you will attract people who only want to take from you. Your love is labor. So you attract people who want to be shown love by labor. You give and give and give and give and wonder why nobody's pouring back. You're not actually attracting anything with the energetic signature of someone who needs to be poured into. Unfortunately, the universe doesn't give us what we want. It gives us what we are. And I know people hear that and get really irritated and triggered. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a liar. I'm not a cheater. No. Do you know why people are narcissistic? Do you know why they lie? Do you know why they cheat? Because they don't really like themselves. So they have to surround themselves with people, relationships, and situations that validate to them the same worthiness you're looking to have validated. It just shows up differently. But make no mistake, you're attracting exactly what you are. And once you can accept that and not hear it as a dig, then we can start to actually unlearn some of this stuff. But it starts with accountability. Number 3, your money. Overfunctioning just makes you work a lot harder, but you're not working any smarter. And ask any millionaire. Hell, if you can, ask a billionaire. They are constantly trying to figure out how to work less for more. Overfunctioning makes you think you need to work more for more, and you end up working more for less. And the problem is that people don't see their personal energy as valuable of a resource as money. I heard a saying once, you are what you won't do for money. For the context of this conversation, understand the internal value system you would have to have, the belief you'd have to hold about yourself to see money as more important or valuable than the energy, emotion, time, and attention you have to spend to get it is insane. And that is why you over deliver. That is why you undercharge. That is why you speed fast to nowhere. That is why you don't ask for help and you don't receive. You think if I'm not working, nothing is coming to me. If I'm not putting out, nothing is coming in. You've closed yourself off to the entire half of abundance that exists that could come to you without you needing to do anything to get it. Your wiring is such that if you don't have a job, if you're not working, if you're not in motion, you're not abundant. And there's a man who thinks he can and a man who thinks he can't, and both are right. Number 4, your spiritual connection. You're always doing something, so you never actually drop into being. You're chasing a purpose, chasing a vision, chasing a goal, chasing a mission, chasing a why for life, and that's the exact reason you haven't found it. When you chase something, it runs from you. And you're too busy trying to control the outcome to actually receive any sort of divine guidance. You're asking the questions and the answers are trying to find you. The answers are chasing you, but you, my friend, are faster. structure. And I think the most important cost that overfunctioning has is that you stop recognizing yourself unless you're producing something. If your life hits any sort of dry spell, all that self-love, self-care, self-worth, self-respect goes out the window with it. That is not softness, girl. That is not sacred, and that is not sustainable. Pause the video right now and comment, what is overfunctioning costing me the most right now? And that, my friend, is going to ease us into our next section. How do we stop this shit? How do we start detoxing our nervous systems from the act of overfunctioning? First, we name it. Think of a 12-step program. The first thing you have to say is, hi, my name is Harper. I'm a chronic overfunctioner. And me telling y'all to make your way to the comments has the same basis. You have to be able to sit in it, or we ain't getting nowhere. Then we pause it. We start by practicing just not needing to fill every gap. We practice just not needing to speak every time it gets silent. We practice just not needing to know the answer to every question. We practice being okay with uncertainty. And that sounds pretty easy, but for an overthinker, a overfunctioner, a woman in her hyper everything, that's the type of shit to make you want to pull your hair out. So this is going to take some work, and you may not be able to get it right the first few times. Practice makes perfect. That's what we're doing, building the muscle of learning how to sit in discomfort without jumping to fix it. Then finally, we rewire. Here's where the nervous system regulation comes in. We shift our focus from overfunctioning to soft structure, intentional receiving, sacred operation systems, balance, and boundaries. And that is why I created the Overfunctioning Detox Ritual Challenge inside the Sacred Brat Inner Circle on Substack. Do not hear the word Substack and think, oh, this is just another blog post. No, this is 5 days of actual tools, action steps, rituals, and reflections to help you. Help you do what? Notice your pattern in real time, rebuild your tolerance for being supported, make new agreements with your mind and your body, and figure out how to replace chaos with clarity. So have one less iced coffee and come and join the Sacred Brat Inner Circle. purewhiteanarchy.substack.com, and you will get instant access to that challenge and all of the upcoming drops as well as the old ones. So as we go, I leave you with this. This is not about shame. This is about awareness. So remember, overfunctioning kept you alive at a point, but it cannot take you where you're going. So if this video did it for you, drop a comment, like it so more women who need it can find it. Subscribe for more Sacred Brat sermons like this one, and share this with the strongest woman you know who might just be breaking down quietly. Trust me, she needs a friend. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest at Pure White Anarchy for more downloads and some brat theory in motion. And again, if you're ready to go deeper, sign up for this Saturday's Overfunctioning 101 live Q&A workshop on Zoom. You can get the link in the description box, or you can head to my website, purewhiteanarchy.com. The replay will be available on Sunday. And as always, Sacred Brat Inner Circle members get 20% off. I love y'all. I see y'all. I am y'all. And before I go, I'll say this, because I know nobody's told you. At ease, soldier of love. You've done enough, my girl. You are enough.